Good, good. Let's start off today chatting about some wins that we've had in the past few weeks or so. Let's do three wins. David.
I've got some good closings this week. Got a few things under contract. It's funny how the market has shifted in a way,
Nice.
and we're just moving through everything. But
Love that. Love that for you. You have your normal life back.
yeah,
Everything's good.
you know,
You guys know what a win is? Oh my God, you do? So share some with me, Rick.
I was told I'm coaching my kids' basketball. I've never coached anything in my life. And we won our first game yesterday.
Nice.
Love that. You're a born coach.
KW guys, that's a win.
Love that. Love that. One more win.
Christy has one. Christy, tell us your win.
Hi, I already put it on Facebook, but I have had the best year of my life. It's not even over yet. I mean, not in my life, but my career in real estate. And I've sold more houses than I've ever sold in a year. I just had my biggest deal close yesterday. I've made more money than I planned on. I mean, I thought my goal was a stretch this year. I hit it. You know, I'm
Nice.
just super excited about the future too, because we got a good group.
Yeah, Christy, that's awesome. Everyone give Christy a round of applause. All while transitioning to Keller Williams and maintaining a Nashville team too. That's awesome, Christy. Way to go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's do one more since that was so good. Who else has one more win? Since you all know what wins are. Denise.
My friend is transferring to her office.
Yay! Growing our downline.
Best decision of her life.
Love that. Love that. Way to go, Denise. All right. Gratitude. Let's share some gratitude for the month. I trust you all know what word gratitude means too, since we went over winning. Rick,
I am thankful for Gara.
aren't we all?
She's working like 15 jobs in the market center now.
No.
So I'm really thankful that she's around.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you, Dana. All right, more gratitude. Let's hear it.
I'm thankful for Denise.
Mm.
She brought the sweet potato pie today.
Yes.
Michelle.
It'll change your life.
Yes.
No question.
Agreed. I agree. I agree. Let's do two more. So what are we grateful for this month?
I'll do one. I'm grateful for Audrey.
Mm.
She is constantly helping me be a better transaction coordinator and teaching me always and always making time for that. So,
I love
Nice.
that. Thank you,
Yes.
Audrey.
I'm thankful for Lauren. She helped me go on vacation a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Yes,
We love
yes.
that.
Does anyone know the bold law? The purpose of business is to fund a perfect life. Has anyone heard that before? Way to speak that into existence, Audrey. That's awesome. Let's do one more since we're on a roll. Denise.
I'm grateful for Michaeline. I
Mm.
think she is like the most positive person you will ever meet in your entire life. And she always has good snacks for us.
Yes.
And I don't know, she's just an all around great person.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
I second that.
Denise, but I took one of those pies already.
I probably could second that about Michaeline. I think Sailor knows Michaeline and her gifts more than some of my immediate family members. So I definitely agree with that. I agree with that. Let's do one more. We're on a roll. Always love starting with some warm fuzzies. Michaeline.
I am gonna say that, even though I kind of felt like I was forced into taking both. It was.
But who? No.
No. But, I gotta tell you, Denise, you can probably back me on this. I just can't explain it. Kathy, can you? There's something about it this time.
It's different.
And yesterday's whole class was on gratitude. It's like amazing. You know, when we called and made all of our care calls last year, it was like, just checking in, want to see how you all are, are you good with, I haven't watched the way to say that word, COVID. And they're so happy to hear from you. grateful, but now when you call to tell them, because we have to do 100 calls, we're supposed to do them in one day, you know, that's. But at least I get 100 done a week. Last week I did 78. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying it because now, yesterday, when I took a different spin on it and said, do you want me to tell you what I said?
Yes.
Okay. So I said, hey, this is Michael, and I'm calling people from 7, 8, 9 years ago to let them know how grateful I am that they helped me start my business. And then it so easily goes to them saying how it is, you know, they're like, how is business? It's great. Business is great. On the other hand, if you know of anybody that's something to sell, gosh, I sure wish that you would remember to call and let me know. I can call them or they can call me. And they're like, well, most of them said, of course we would call you. Of course we'd share your information. But it made it easier for me to call and express gratitude than it even was finding out if they were almost dead from corona. You know, there's just, I can't.
Wow.
They are alive. So make it easier for yourself and just use my line, because I don't know, it just comes out so naturally and they're like, oh, yes, well, maybe the guys don't do that. But the girls are like, oh, it was so nice that you called, you know, but again, if I was in business 30 years, might not have been so easy, but I've only been 10. So it was easier for me to pick up and use that line.
Yeah, love that. I think if someone called me and said, thanks for helping me start my business 10 years ago, I would probably cry.
Right.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, let's do it again. I'll move for you today. But yeah, what a line. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks to Bold. What is the, like, I'm Kate and I'm Bold.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. All right. Paint the town red. Talk to me about your listings. Who has upcoming market share? I've seen a couple on Facebook, so don't make me pick you out.
I have a listing coming on today in Warrensville Heights, 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, updated electrical, new roof, new driveway, new everything, at 120.
Wow,
Okay.
what a steal. How'd you grab that listing?
Actually, he was a referral from one of my friends. I helped
Shocker,
him find
the
a
referral
house.
queen.
I helped him find a house this summer. And so he just wanted to do some things before he put it on. And so now he's ready.
Love that. Awesome. Anyone else have an upcoming listing? Audrey.
The trip team has listed in Kingsville Township coming up on Willowwood Court, and it's going to be 289.
Nice.
So really pretty house.
Love it. Whose listing is it?
It's Stephanie's.
Steph. Do you know how she got the listing?
It was one of CJ's past clients. So.
Past clients. Love it. Any other upcoming listings? Any online?
Do we have any listings coming online?
Does anyone in the room have a good script for listings during November and December?
Could you expand on it, like expand on that?
I would love to expand. Thank you. Thank you, David. So if you were at a Thanksgiving party, a Friendsgiving, if you will, and someone said, yeah, I think I'm gonna be selling my house next spring, but yeah, I want to get through the holidays first. What's something you might say back? Rick?
I would tell them that, look, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, if a buyer's out looking, these are serious buyers, because the looky loos are not gonna bother going out trekking through snow and bad weather between Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
I love that, Rick. And I challenge you, before you go into the script, which is perfect, by the way, I'd ask them a few questions first. So what kind of questions would you ask?
How soon did you want to be on the market?
How soon you want to- maybe. What else would you ask?
Why do you need to move?
Why do you want to move? What else would you ask?
So have you bought yet?
Have you bought yet? What other questions?
Do you need to sell to buy?
Do you need to sell to buy? Other questions?
Do you mind if I get you an equity analysis so we can talk about what your home can possibly get you by?
Do you know how much your house is worth?
Yeah.
Love it. What else? What other questions?
When can I come over so we can start the process?
When can I come over? Forward, love it. What other questions could we ask?
How would you feel waking up on Christmas morning? And hearing the house?
Ooh,
Denise.
powerful with the mic drop. Love that one. What other questions could we ask? What about someone at a Friendsgiving party that says, I don't think I can move for a while.
I was
Why is
listening to
that?
Michaeline said.
Do you mind me letting you know how much your home is worth?
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Sorry. Tell me more. If we found your dream house today in your price range, would you move then? What else? What if someone at the Friendsgiving potluck,
Please.
please, came in at the perfect time? What if someone at the Friendsgiving potluck says, I think my neighbor is getting ready to sell their house.
Never mind, I'll just call them.
Do they have an agent?
You have their contact info? Can I use you as their reference?
How about, do you want me to help you choose who lives next to you?
Yeah.
Who do you want to live next to you? Like, what about thinking out, I love Janice's line. How would you feel waking up in a new house on Christmas? I feel like I should move now.
We have 2 listings online. So Christy, you said you have a listing?
Well, not really. I mean, it's just, like I said, I have a rental in Tremont coming up. It's one of those up and downs. It's the up. It's on the corner of 6th and Literary. It's 2650, 3 bedrooms. I was just mentioning, but because a lot of doctors like to live over there. So if anybody has somebody, that is looking to rent, but I was just like, hey, I have a rental, but I don't think anyone wants to know about it.
No, it's
I
helpful.
think also, in addition to doctors, I think Barrio taco lovers like to live there too. So,
Yes.
I
that's
used to
right.
live there, so I will tell you, it is delightful.
Love that.
Sandy.
Personal experience.
Sandy, you said you have a listing?
Oh, I do. I have something coming up in University Heights. It'll be on Silsby. It's a 3-bedroom. It's around 210 price point. Nice big kitchen. I also have something coming up that I don't know if anybody has, but I took the road trip to Grafton, Ohio last week, and I'm getting a listing in Grafton for about $825. It's a beautiful, beautiful home sitting on the Black River. 3 stories. It's almost 7,000 square feet with the finished lower level. It'll be absolutely spectacular. I'm trying to find them a host, but as soon as I find them a house, I'm going to put that in the market. So that's in Grafton. It's just outside of North Ridgeville, and it's a beautiful home. So just if anybody has any high-end buyers, I've got that coming up.
Seems like it was worth the drive. Love that, Sandy.
Thank you.
Keisha has one
Oh,
coming
Kusha.
in Streetsboro. She said it's coming in 2 weeks, 3,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths at $399.
Love that. Perfect. Awesome.
Stacy Jones. Stacy, tell us about your listing.
Hi, Gara. I have a, oh, excuse me.
A dog.
I have a dog.
I have a condo coming in Barrington. Okay, maybe not. A Barrington condo coming in. It's 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Okay. So sorry. Finished floor level basement. 6. I'll put the rest in comments.
Okay.
Thanks, Stacy. Thank you, Coco. Love hearing from you both. Okay.
Moving on.
All right. So we have some exciting news. As you all know, we've announced that we've hired a director of first impressions. London. So London, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm London Irvin. I'm from Cleveland Heights, born and raised, went to Cleveland Heights High School. Right now I live in Warrensville Heights, so right around the corner from here. I'm also a real estate agent, was licensed last year, the end of last year. So it's like a year down for me being in the real estate industry, and I love it. I'm happy to be here as the director of First Impressions, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so how can our agents get in touch with you?
Okay, you can contact me at email, londonirvin@kw.com, and then you can call me. My cell phone number is 216.
No, you're gonna be sorry to give this.
526-9062. And then you can call me at the office too. I'll be at the front desk, so.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So London's gonna be your point person for all general questions about the office, and she'll know calendar events as well. So if you need details about that, you'll go to her. But everything else that you'd usually go to me for, marketing, onboarding, recruits, you'll come to me. Commissions, you'll come to me.
Listen to Gara, just, you
Yeah.
know.
All right, let's go. Okay, so trunk or treat, what a success. We wanted to thank the culture committee for putting on such a wonderful event. It was so fun to be there. Thanks for everyone that had a trunk or brought their clients or invited people from the community. Just want to give a round of applause for our culture committee. Anyone from culture committee want to share some ahas or tidbits from the day?
I just think it was a great day. I think it was not, we prepared for 300 kiddos, and I think we exceeded that because we ran out of candy early. And so, well, Brody was not having it. And
He was not.
so I think it was just a, a good day, a good community day. They love that we're putting this on every year, and the reception from the community was great.
Perfect. Love it. All right, great.
Yeah.
Congratulations to our cappers this month. What an amazing group of people. Elise, Andre, Irene, Carly, Tammy, and Mary, congratulations and enjoy your 100% commission.
Nice.
And Kara Kucha, if you're on the call, I don't think so, but if you are, welcome. For those of you who don't know Kara joins us from the Columbus Market Center. She is now living in Solon with her husband, and she joins the Carly Slotting team. So yeah, welcome, Kara.
And welcome to Sharon.
Sorry, I didn't see. I have 4 lives. Sharon actually is joining the Slotting team also. Sharon actually just transferred from KW Chevenik. So both are pretty colorized and already know what's going on. So welcome, Sharon and Kara. Perfect, Kara.
Awesome. All right, so this is our upcoming events. We have our family culture potluck right after this. I'm super excited. Tomorrow on Friday, we have the Real Pro training with APHW. So if you want to know about data collection, it's only 30 minutes. It's via Zoom. You can attend that. The link is in our calendar for that Zoom link. Coffee Talk is next Wednesday at 10 a.m. It'll be in the training room if you want some coffee and conversation with Michaeline. We also have the Golden Letter class. Does everyone know what Golden Letter is? Yes? No? So Golden Letter is a prospecting class where you write letters to your clients or people in your sphere to ask them if they're buying homes or selling. David?
All you learn at the class, not around. Won't spoil anything.
Oh, yes, spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the class is gonna be more of like actually doing it as opposed to teaching you how to do it. So like you'll be provided a letter script, we can print it out, envelopes and everything will be provided too. So you can just stop by the post office later that day and drop those babies in the mail.
And then on the 12th, which is next Friday at 2:30, we have 20 referrals this holiday season. So holiday season is a big season to connect with your sphere and to get those referrals. So Kate will be teaching that.
Woo-hoo.
And we're super excited. We already have a few recruits coming. So yeah, please feel free to join us. We have on the 15th, new agent study session at 4:30 with Rick Tannenbaum, our broker. So that's going to be for people who are about to take their license exam. They need to study, they need to get that knowledge in there. So if you know anyone, they can sign up or come. And then on the 16th is CJ Unplugged at 10 a.m. So that's where you can come and meet with CJ and ask him any questions about your business or the market center.
I feel like we should call that like CJ Unhinged.
Unhinged.
Have you guys ever seen that like meme where someone's like explaining things on the floor? That literally is that class.
Oh, I should make it that graphic. And then last but not least, on the 16th, we have the continuation of our social equity workshop. We had such a great turnout at the last one that we feel like there's overflow, so we should have another one. So that'll be on the 16th, right after CJ Unplugged at 11:30 in the training room. All right?
Can they expect Chipotle?
Can they?
Or maybe something else? I
There'll
don't
be
know.
something. There'll be something there. 100%.
Food provided.
I
Food
think,
provided.
like, I don't know about anybody else in the room, but after having Chipotle catered, I don't ever want to go to Chipotle unless I'm making my bowl myself. So maybe we'll
It
just
tastes
have to make
different.
that happen.
It tastes
It's
different,
different.
definitely.
It's
Yeah,
different,
love
yeah.
that. You're like you're the salt chef of your own Chipotle bowl.
Alrighty, moving forward.
Okay, touching on agent safety a little bit. Some things have come up in the past month with some of our agents. Just want to talk about how important agent safety is, right? So we at Keller Williams Living, we want to help you grow your business and we want to help you have an amazing life. But in order to do that, you have to stay safe and stay alive, which sounds scary, but those are our first priorities, is staying safe, healthy, and alive. So just wanted to talk a little bit about some protocols we have in place here at the office and some protocols you should have as agents when you're going on showings, to open houses, to listing appointments. Does anyone in the room have anything that they do to make sure that they stay safe when they're meeting new buyers? David?
I've had some situations that are weird, and I've usually like, make sure I lock the door behind me. I don't care if there's overlapping showings, and I'll keep the key. I know it's really rude to another agent, but that's for my own, like if I'm down in a basement, like now I'm stuck, you know, like I'll fight my way out of it, but I don't want to get to that, you know?
Scrappy.
One thing there, yeah, and then I'm always the first one to walk through the door instead of my clients. I've walked in on squatters before where they shouldn't have been in the house, and it's, like, well, what are you doing here? Why are you here? I told my clients just stay outside, don't come in. And then I asked the guy many questions, and then we kind of figured out he was along in the house. So
Love that.
just
So
be-
lock the door
you're-
behind you. Try
Yeah,
to-
lock it behind you. I mean, that's one thing. I don't suggest carrying a weapon just yet, but it's always an option.
Yeah. Anyone else do anything to promote safety?
If I feel like it could be a potential like situation, I have mace and a taser that I'll just kind of like keep in my pocket or my coat. And if it's like the first time I'm meeting someone and I'm getting like weird vibes, I'll usually stay by a door and just kind of let them, like I'll let them lead and stay behind. If they want to go in the basement, they can do that, but I don't always just stay like right next to them just in case.
Love that. Keisha?
So sometimes I may lose people for this, but I make all new buyers, y'all have to have pre-approval and ID, period. So if if you don't want to comply, I'm sorry, next person will.
Yep.
So I'm just, I figure you gotta at least have a pre-approval, I can call that lender and know that you exist and you may not be crazy.
Yeah,
But,
that's fair.
that's what it is.
Love that. Janice, what about you?
If I feel like it's somebody, if I'm getting weird vibes, like they might be a little sketchy, I always have another realtor attend with me.
That's great. Have a buddy system.
Yep.
Love that. Any other tips? Anything else that people in the room do?
I never park in the driveway. I always park on the street. I don't want to be blocked in.
That's a great idea. Great, great. Kathy, what about you?
If I feel a little sketchy, I'll call a friend and say I'm showing a house. If I don't, and this is where I'm gonna be, and if I don't call you by this time, try to get a hold of me, and you can't, something's wrong.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Yeah.
I'll usually share my location with one of my friends too, just like on Google Maps or like make it like on Snapchat, you can see like people's locations and stuff. I'll make sure that that's.
Yeah, yeah. I think similar to Keisha, doing at least at bare minimum, a pre-approval or an ID. I think that's where it could be helpful to do a buyer consult or a buyer intake phone call, or at least a listing intake phone call, to ask a lot of questions prior to even meeting them in person. That's a great way to at least gauge what safety measures you have to take. Anybody else?
I have a question. Has anyone ever felt, because I know we talk about buyers a lot, but what about going to, a listing appointment? You're meeting them at their house, they're in their realm, you know what I mean? Right. So has anyone ever felt awkward going to a listing?
I know one specific example. When I was in production, I listed a lot in Lakewood, downtown Cleveland, Rocky River, those super up and coming areas in Ohio City. One time I was really nervous, so I brought a title representative so they could do a home evaluation with me while I was there. So you could do the same thing, have a buddy come with you. And I think just letting them know, like, I'm going to my next appointment right after you. I will squeeze you in so they know people will be looking for you post appointment. It's always great. It's always a nice line.
If anybody ever wants someone to accompany them to a listing, there are a lot of agents in the coaching program that would love to just come with you and listen to how you do things. So feel free to reach out and I can definitely connect you with someone that will accompany you.
Love that. It takes all kinds of people to make the world go around, but every once in a while, you know, something's just up, something's weird. Trust your gut. It's so, so, so important. No commission is worth something horrible happening. With that being said, Janice is putting on a CCW class in the office on December 3rd and 4th. It's $90 to attend the class, and it looks like his Cash App is Bullseye Ken, which is pretty on brand, if I do say so myself. So we'll have some more information coming about that. And so if you are interested at all, I'm sure you can ask Janice what the class is like, or Bullseye Ken. I'm sure he can give you a comprehensive understanding. But yeah, if you guys ever feel like safety should be talked about in any kind of situation, our entire team, we can have those conversations extremely confidential. Even if it's another agent in the office or another KW agent, there's nothing off limits when it comes to safety. So wanted to keep that door open.
And Carly has that bracelet. It's a bracelet that you can have. It looks like a normal bracelet that we would wear, but if you press the button on it, it will notify whoever you have as a contact that you're in danger or whatever.
Yeah.
So has anyone had, I'm just curious, has anyone had a situation where?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's why we're. Okay, so how did you guys handle it? Like when you went into the service house? I'm just curious, like specific situations.
You send a copy of that email confirmation. Bring well.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah. So does anyone have a situation they'd like to share out loud?
Well, it's not a situation, but I learned in the safety class a couple of things, whether you're going for listing or showing. Never walk in front of the people. You open the door, you let them go in. Downstairs, upstairs, if you feel really uncomfortable, you can stay on the first level. Always have your cell phone with you and your keys, leave your purse in the car. Locked, of course, and let people walk in.
What about sellers? I was talking about when you go meet.
Right, so if you're going through, like to do a walkthrough, one of the things you can say is, you know, I know what buyers are looking for. Let me take a walk through your house and just like leave them in a spot. I mean, that could be a possible.
Almost the same thing. Let them lead up to their house. I let them lead to their house.
Yeah, but never go first, like down to the base.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that. And there's something wrong with carrying ice.
Please.
Doesn't showing time now have a button that when you're going in a, like you can say, I'm here?
Yeah.
It's a thing now that you can push and say that you're in the home, and then you, when you're done, you hit done showing. So they know, you know, and it kind of lets showing, I don't know where it goes to, but it's a new safety thing that showing time provides. And I saw that recently and I thought, oh my God, that's such a great idea.
Yeah.
I have an elderly father that's home doing nothing all day. So when I feel uncomfortable, I'm like, hey, I need a bodyguard. And he's like, I'm in, you know, he's all excited. And he comes with me and, he didn't do nothing but sit there. And but it's somebody with me, you know, and it gets him out the house, and he absolutely loves it. He thinks he's my bodyguard, and it's a big joke. So I always think, if you have somebody who's maybe homebound, like a parent or somebody, get them out the house, take them with you.
Yeah. We used to take our dogs in the car.
Yeah.
And we used to joke about it, like, oh, puppies in the car. But I think you're looking for real life examples and how they got out of it.
Yeah.
So there was only one example. I was at a listing appointment where I didn't feel comfortable and I knew I didn't want to do business with this person. So after the house tour, when we got back to the first floor, I just said, you know what? I just thought of the perfect person who could work with you. I think they could sell your house quicker and for more money than I can. I'll let them give you a call, and just walked out. And I called a man in my office that was going to be able to handle that individual, and he gave me a 50% referral fee, and they sold and everything was well. And he does not live in Ohio anymore. So yeah, trust your instinct. Nothing is worth anything else. All right, guys, let's keep
wow.
Let's keep trucking.
Ohio Real Title.
Janelle,
No,
are you online?
that's okay. We'll have another sales meeting. Chris? That's okay. Casey?
All right, I am here. Can you go to the next one?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. So I wanted to do first an October recap, just because I feel like it's super important to celebrate everybody's wins for the month of October. We currently have, well, so obviously, as you all know, Katie is fully into launch coaching position. So she now in the past week has 2 agents that she put on her 8-week training. So really great progress with that. I think it's an awesome resource. And again, if you guys have anyone that's like a new agent that potentially is coming over, or anyone you know from Hondros, this is a great starting point and it's free. So even as like being someone's sponsor, I know we all think that we have to like be super hands-on with those people. You don't have to train them yourself. So we have someone, Katie, that will do that for you. And then we're also incorporating a 4-week schedule for the productivity coaching program. So after the 3rd transaction, starting on the 4th, we'll put you on a 4-week schedule in terms of just figuring out like what your schedule looks like productivity wise, and just getting into a really good routine for like lead generation and what that is supposed to look like for you. October numbers. Oh, it says yep, okay. I don't know what month it is. So we have 22 agents in the program, 16 closings in October, equaling just over 1.7 million in volume. And our year-to-date volume is just shy of 13 million. So congratulations to everyone. Big moves.
Big
Love it.
moves.
And then I just wanted to talk a little bit about marketing ideas. The holidays are probably the best time of the entire year to actually reach out to people and chat about even just like gratitude calls, like we were talking about earlier, but there's 1,000 things that you can call and reach out to people for over the holidays. So I wanted to go through opportunities and things that are coming up in the Market Center. I know we touched base on a lot of those already. So the Golden Letter class, one of the biggest things in our schedules is like, we know what we're supposed to do. We just don't do them. And so like taking opportunity of a class like that, where you're actively doing the things that you know you should be doing that you're just not doing, is great. So you should attend if you're able to. 20 referrals this holiday season. How to host the perfect client event. That's coming up in a couple weeks. It's going to be taught by Erin Boer, who is a team lead at Elevate. So that's a really great thing, especially holiday events. If you plan on like scheduling or hosting any kind of like client appreciation holiday type event, that is a really great class to go to because she is a master at that. And then we are going to have our Thanksgiving meal drive. That's a really great opportunity to call your clients and invite them to participate in that. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be like forwarding them or a gratitude call, but just something along the lines of like, hey, my office is doing a Thanksgiving drive. We're accepting donations to feed families in the Cleveland area. Really wanted to invite you to be a part of that if you're interested.
Do you know a family that could use Thanksgiving meal?
Right.
We'll donate on your behalf.
Yep. So great way to call people and just kind of connect, and then, you know, how are you doing? Happy holidays, all the fun things. And then just different marketing ideas, obviously holiday events, family pictures. If you know like of a photographer, find someone that can be Santa and invite them all to take pictures. Whatever it is that you celebrate, invite everyone. It's a great way to just like get people together. Everyone loves all the camaraderie in the holidays, me especially. And then Popeyes, holiday cards, things like that you can send through the mail or just drop by. Kathy Hall is a really great resource. She makes some beautiful like closing gifts, Popeye gifts, that kind of stuff. So feel free to use her as a resource. I'm sure she would love to work with you guys. I don't think she's in here. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you, Casey.
Rick, do you have any broker updates for us today?
Nice.
Sorry, long walk.
Love that.
I just wanted to talk today about agency disclosures. So we all know that we have to have an agency disclosure with every offer, right? So when you guys receive an offer on your listing, obviously, we're obligated to present all offers. The first thing you should do when you're presenting the offer is have them sign that agency disclosure. Don't wait till they accept an offer. Don't wait till only sign the one that you guys are accepting. If you have multiple offers, sign all the agency disclosures and return that to the buyer's agent. They might ask you, what do I need this for? You just rejected my offer. It's proof that we presented your offer to our client in a timely manner. Also, if you're ever audited by the division and they look to see when documents were signed, that agency disclosure needs to be signed before the offer was accepted. They will check that timestamp on it. So that's what I wanted to discuss today. Make sure you
Does
get those
anyone
all
have
signed.
any questions?
So you're saying it just can't be all at once, it's gotta be signed, and then you can do everything else?
That's how I would do it. Yeah. I would send them the agency disclosure to sign that.
Yeah.
Send them, you got 5 offers, send them 5 agency disclosures, have them signed.
Okay.
And
let's
then
negotiate.
you guys pick which one you're working with and then have them sign the offer. Yeah.
So Rick, we're having trouble when we have the buyer
Mhm.
and it's in multiples, and to get that listing agent to send us the signed agency.
Yeah. Because I think most agents don't realize that it should be
It
signed.
runs the gamut, as to what they send us, and things, but
You're talking about sending back, even if they've rejected your offer, I want to see that signed
yeah,
disclosure.
we want to know that they
Yeah.
presented the offer.
Right.
And then we're saying it's a requirement, well, we need it, for
Yeah, I would just ask them for proof that they presented the offer then. And that serves as proof. I mean, that's how, if you're the listing agent and somebody asks you for proof, that's your evidence that it was presented, is that agency
Right.
disclosure.
But
So-
we're not getting it all the time. I mean, and we're hounding and, calling their broker. And
Yeah.
so it runs the gamut.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we want to do right when we have the listing, but it's our buyers.
Yeah,
We're
I
not
think,
getting that.
yeah, I think we just have to ask for it, and if they can't get it to us, you might want to call their broker for it or ask them for some sort of proof that it's been presented. I just did it 2 days ago. I was in multiples on one of my listings. We picked one. I sent the one that we rejected. I sent them back the agency disclosure signed by the seller. He texted me right back. He said, I thought you rejected the offer. What do I need this for? I said, this is evidence that we presented the offer. You can do with it what you want, but I want to present to you show you that it was presented to my client. Yeah.
We were in multiples,
Mhm.
and then I marked it pending, and the next morning I got an offer. I just responded to them that it's already pending. Should I have still presented it and
Mhm.
still signed that?
You have to present all offers to your client, even if they're not able to, you're under contract and you just got another offer and your seller cannot accept it because you've got,
But we already accepted an offer.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All offers need to be presented to our client.
Okay.
Yeah. And still have that agency disclosure signed so you can show them that you presented it. You can accept it as a backup, as a secondary offer, but yeah, it needs to be presented even if,
Okay.
even if they tell you, don't show me any offers under $1 million and you got a $100,000 offer, present it, and let them tell you, no. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm exaggerating for illustration, but yeah, I mean, if they tell you, don't show us anything under this number and you get something under that number, present it.
Okay, just to be sure, but they give it to you in writing, we're gonna ask you, because we got previous instructions, so they say in writing, houses, okay, so house is the 200,000, and they don't wanna see any offers under 200,000, and it's in writing.
In writing, yeah,
Yes, from them.
yeah, and have them put in writing.
I've had to have them one time.
I still think you need the agency disclosure
I still have
signed,
it too.
so if that happens, still get an agency disclosure signed.
Still get signed, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yay, thanks, Rick.
Moving on. Tech. Paul, are you online? It's gotta be. No. We're good. All right, diversity moment with Janice.
off, I want to thank everyone for coming to our event was it last week? It feels like my days are going like so fast. It was a great success. I'm looking forward to our discussion, further our discussion next week. Is it on here? I do have a small video I wanted to play. It's a short little video. It's not like our 17-minute video we watched in the training, but it's about unconscious bias. And so I think that a lot of people don't realize that we have those. Everyone has them, no matter who you are, and just being aware of that. So this is unconscious bias at the workplace, and I hope it works.
What would the world
it
look
did.
like if everybody were aware of the stereotypes that they have and the biases that they have? When we talk about unconscious bias, we're basically saying our worldview can actually exert an influence beyond our conscious awareness, and it creates ambiguity.
You go to an engineer who's built something extremely innovative, and you say, who do you think your user is? This is where I had the most fun. My name is TV Raman, and I led our work on Android accessibility for 3 years. Write out everything that you think you know about your user with respect to abilities, inabilities, special abilities, disabilities. Almost every assumption that you write down on that whiteboard about this is the user I think I'm building for is questionable, because our various unconscious biases define the boundaries you are unwilling to expand.
These biases, they're the shortcuts that our brain has created so that we can deal with the information that we process every single day.
Right when we see anyone, whether we think about it or not, we are implicitly, automatically making judgments about how warm, incompetent that person or thing is.
All humans need to make decisions, and so we fill in the blanks because our brains are wired to do that, and we fill in with things we don't know with, past experience. Oh, you pattern map to someone I think I should hire, so I'm going to hire you versus this person because they didn't map, because I can't fill in the blank because they don't look like me, or they're not from my same background, and so I can't see how they're going to make the jump.
Every single person is great at things that you may not expect them to be, but it's really hard for us to see that when we're so powerfully guided by the things we expect to be true in the world.
I grew up surrounded with this conversation about what you can't do and what you won't be able to do. My name is Enrico, and I'm an autistic software engineer. The first time I go through the performance review process, I was asked for 5 strengths. It was the first time that I had ever been prompted to think in that way about myself, and it was really a life-changing moment for me.
When we are working in our day-to-day jobs, we are still making judgments about the people around us, about the resumes we see, about the employees that we're trying to decide, whether to put them on teams or not.
People are very wedded to the idea that they can perceive something objectively, and statistically they're wrong, but it's hard. You become attached to this idea that you can assess something by looking at it.
These subtle assumptions we make about people can have lasting effects on who we're promoting, who we're hiring, who we're putting in leadership positions. We have the responsibility to understand the assumptions that we make and understand the errors that we make.
But it's not just for the collective good. If you take the time to understand more about this, there are things that you can implement for yourself that'll help you develop as a leader and to do your job even better.
It made me realize how often I have a very strong belief that is simply incorrect. When I look at one of these evaluation situations, the first question is, how can I eliminate the sources of potential bias and leave just the data so we can actually make better decisions?
If you're not conscious of the biases that you have, you're just not contributing at the level that you could, and you're not innovating at the level you could. And so your products won't be as good. Your results won't be as good.
When you think outside the box with respect to the assumptions you made about how somebody would use this wonderful thing you built, and when you sort of broaden that perspective as to who you change the world for, you build something even bigger.
I love that video. And I just found it the other day. I thought it was very powerful, and we don't really know that we're having those assumptions all the time. And so when you make it conscious to recognize the biases that you have, it can kind of change your thought process. It can change your business. And that's what we learned in the diversity workshop last week. Part of it was that we're limiting ourselves from so much growth because we're only thinking with people who may look like us or act like us or live in our neighborhood, think outside of that. And so I encourage you guys to all attend next week. It's going to be more continuing conversations, and we are better by the people that we are around, because I don't know everything, you guys don't know everything, and together we can learn more. And so that's all I have.
I guess we have it.
All right, so did everybody get the email about what we're doing for Thanksgiving?
Feeding families.
Yes.
Everyone, I want jazz hands if you got it. So great. So if you need a further explanation of what we've decided to do, so the ALC had our meeting last week, and we decided for our month of gratitude, November, Thanksgiving month, we are going to be donating 50 Thanksgiving meals to 50 families in need of a Thanksgiving meal. So we are going to be raising money from now until November 22nd, when we package our boxes and have people come pick up their meals from the market center. So a couple ways you can donate or support the ALC in this mission. One is to donate a box or sponsor a box. A box is roughly $50, but we take sponsors from $1 to $200 to $1,000. It's whatever you want to contribute to this thing. And then two is you can spread the news on your social medias, to your SOI, to your churches, to your spouses networks, everyone that you know. We are looking for families that need a Thanksgiving meal. So we are looking for your help in finding those 50 families. So whether that's sharing on your Facebook page saying, please let us know if you know a family that needs nominated. We actually have a Google form sign up for families to sign up for a meal. We'll provide that in the marketing when we send our next email, so that when you share the post, you can also say sign up here to get a meal or to nominate someone. We're going to have the pickup times from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. to accommodate everyone. And if someone needs a meal on a different day, I'm sure we can figure out how to accommodate for that too. So just let us know. We're willing to be super flexible.
So are they picking up the day before? Is it already?
It's the
cooked?
22nd, the 23rd is the day they come pick up everything. The meat will be there and frozen, and everything else will be not cooked. So we have everything ready for them to take to their home to cook.
Okay.
So it's not a fully cooked meal that they'll just need to eat out of the box. It's something that they have a home or they have somewhere to go. They just need the food to take.
What forms of payment are accepted?
That is a great question, Casey. So right now, Gara and I are currently trying to set up a Venmo account for KW Living, so you could Venmo or PayPal. In the meantime, cash check.
Made out to KW Living.
Yes. Yes. Any other questions?
Do you have any like graphics or anything that we can send out?
Yes, we'll go ahead and send all, we have 3 pre-made graphics. If you want your team or your logo added to the graphic, just shoot us a message and we can accommodate and we can make that for you. So you can advertise it as a team thing also.
Did you have a did you say the deadline for donations?
We're taking donations until the 22nd because the boxes are going out on the 23rd. So just in case you need any last minute things or desserts or more boxes. Apparently turkeys are like $800 this year, so any donation is welcome. That's great. Any other questions? I'm sure the ALC would love, love, love it also if you donated your time on the 23rd to help package boxes and hand out boxes. I'm sure they would love that. We'll need someone at the front door to help intake people, cross people off a list, pack boxes, create boxes, all of the good stuff. So if you want to donate your time in exchange, we'd love that too.
We can do a sign up for that too. So that we know
Yes.
how many people we have.
Denise, you're so good at signups. You should do that. Any other questions? Awesome. So we do know, just based on rough math, that we are going to need at least $2,500 to make this possible. So that's our monetary goal. If you want to sponsor a box, if you want to sponsor a couple boxes, if your church wants to sponsor a box, anything like that, we're willing to say it comes from that person's name. So for example, if Gara decided she wanted to donate 3 boxes, when the person comes to pick up their meal, it'll say meal provided by Gara Snelling or the Duga Group or the Lord's church. I don't know, whatever, whoever decides they want to donate, we can make it from them. So,
Great.
yep, we'll get that out for you guys this afternoon. Super excited. Thanks, everyone. Oh. Forgot like the best part of the meeting. So today we decided to make gratitude a habit. To start, can anyone just tell me what gratitude means to them? David, you're the best. Can you come to every one of my meetings?
Gratitude is the highest form of energy, right next to passion. So if you're having a bad day or you have some basic responsibility energy, which you know is not the highest, gratitude will get you to the highest form.
Okay, killed it. I didn't even pay him to say this, anything to not proud. Yeah, mic drop. So basically moving on. Thank you, David. So we're gonna do an exercise today and it requires you all to stand up. And we are going to be walking around with paper and tape. We're actually gonna tape a blank piece of paper on your back. And we're gonna make this really fun. You're all gonna be blindfolded and we're gonna spin you. I'm just kidding. So there's gonna be a blank piece of paper on your back. And we are going to give everyone 10 minutes while we prep for the potluck, 10 minutes to go around and write anonymous gratitude on everyone's back. So even if you don't know someone, if you're just thankful for seeing them today, write it on their paper. If you're thankful because someone helped you with a transaction, write it on the paper. If someone inspires you, write it on your paper. We're gonna give everyone 10 minutes. I'm gonna have London take some paper, Gara take some paper, Casey take some paper, tape's coming around, and pens are up front.
All right, people.
And everyone online, you can send anonymous DMs.
You can, yeah. All right, we're happy to have you guys. See you later.